Vancouver is playing host to 2,000 United Nations delegates from around the world. Well, sort of. They're students from 270 universities attending a week-long model United Nations conference. It's an academic simulation of the UN created to promote understanding of international relations. Now, this is the first time the conference has been held here in Canada. Terrie Chan studies political science at the UBC, and she's with the Model UN Host Committee and is with us here in Studio 10 this morning. Hello there.
Hi.
First of all, how does this work? How do you get 2,000 students together and put on a Model United Nations?
Well, it's one of the bigger Model United Nations conferences that's hosted in North America, and we've worked for over 10 months now to put this conference together, and we work in partnership with Harvard University as well. So it took a lot of time and a lot of work and effort, but finally it's here. And
it finally kicked off yesterday. What was that like?
It was great. We had the opening ceremonies at the Orpheum Theater. We had a few keynote speakers, and we also ended the night at Science World for our landmark event called the Global Village.
What are some of the hot issues that these student delegates will be discussing?
There's 20 committee sessions currently in play right now, and it starts this morning. The committee sessions includes the General Assembly, Security Council, Historic Councils. Some of the topics discussed is the Eurozone crisis, the debt crisis right now, and also the Palestinian and Israeli debate. Now,
Terrie, to what extent do the delegates have to accurately follow the official diplomatic positions of the countries they represent?
In a conference like the World Model United Nations Conference, it's more strict in that sense that delegates are required to research their foreign policy, the countries that they represent, very closely. There's a lot of more other high school Model United Nations Conference for practice, but in WorldMUN, this is the short form for World Model United Nations Conference, we do expect that students do research.
So how challenging can that be?
It's a lot of work for delegates.
No kidding.
Yeah, it is.
So how do the debates and deliberations then in your Model UN conference, how do they actually impact politics of the real world?
I would say that it's more of an indirect impact. Whatever we pass as resolutions during the World Model Nations Conference do not actually impact in any way of the state actors in the United Nations, what they pass and what they say. However, it does increase our delegates or students' capacity in public speaking and also learn about the workings of the United Nations. So I do say that it is an indirect impact.
But it must be frustrating, though, having a world model UN that really has no impact on world politics.
It does. It's a little different. However, it is a capacity building kind of forum. And aside from that, you do network with a lot of people outside your own circle for the Model United Nations, and you meet a lot of people that you will network in the future.
Now, as somebody who's been involved in this for the last 10 months getting this ready, what are you looking most forward to?
During this conference?
Yeah.
Definitely the networking events. The Global Village was a great example yesterday night. It's our landmark event for the World Model United Nations Conference. And basically we had delegations from around the world come to Science World to celebrate their own culture and diversity. And that's something that I completely look forward to in every Model United Nations Conference that I attend to, just to collaborate with everyone from different cultures.
What do you hope to learn from this?
I've learned many things being a part of Model UN, and one of the things is public speaking, definitely, and how to hold yourself together in a very poised manner in a very highly stressful situation.
In fact, you're leading a UBC delegation to the National Model UN in New York next month.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing there?
I'm not part of the host committee, so I'm head delegating for a delegation to the National Model UN, and that means that I have to train my team, which we represent University of British Columbia, to represent our school at the Model UN.
Sounds like fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
I'm sure it is. All right, Terrie. Well, best of luck with it. Have fun this week, and thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Terrie Chan, the UBC Host Committee for the World Model United Nations 2012, the conference here in Vancouver until the 15th. But Terrie and a lot of her colleagues have done an awful lot of work on this, hosting 2,000 delegates from around the world. Interesting. 14 minutes now before 7 o'clock.